I decided to do a bonus New Year's Day video, only because I'm feeling better now. This morning, I wasn't feeling that great. And so I was like, you know what? Makes me feel better every time I shower, doing my hair and makeup, and changing my clothes. Just always makes me feel better. Uh, so that's what I did. And I started thinking about my goals because historically, I'm always the one to have all my goals written out: 90-day goals, 60-day goals, 30-day goals, daily goals. My daily goals are pretty much what I'm grateful for. Is, that's my goal, is to write down what I'm grateful for every single day. And then what do I have to do today to get me to the next step towards the bigger goal, the biggest goal. So I didn't do that today, and I did my passage a little bit late. I did it with my husband, and it was really moving. It was, I keep all my books next to my bed. Well, not all of them. I have a bunch back there, and then I have a bunch in my office, but the ones that I use daily, I keep next to my bed in a cabinet. So it's the Book of Awakening. I don't know if I've showed you guys lately, but I felt compelled to share at least a little bit of it, because when something moves me, brings me to tears, I think it's valuable. And if it's valuable for me, it's probably valuable for you. And Jamie Lee Curtis, every time I think of her, I think of Halloween, but she did the foreword for this book. If you're going through something, even if you're not going through something, I think it's an important book to read, because there's a lot of insight just on life in general. I have a few friends that said they had a really bad last year, so I would recommend this book highly. The Book of Awakening. And it takes literally, like, this is one page, one passage. So sometimes they're shorter, sometimes they're a little bit longer. But today, I wrote in here, today I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful to be alive and for the opportunity to live for many more years. My children are my life and my joy. My husband is my light, my soulmate forever. So I felt compelled to write that, because it is January 1st. And I underlined this. You could have, and it's about being grateful, remember. You could have been an ant. I could have been an ant eater. You could have been rain, and I could have been a lick of salt. But we were blessed in this time, in this place, to be human beings, alive in rare ways we often take for granted. All of this to say this precious human birth is so unrepeatable. What will you do today, knowing that you are one of the rarest forms of life ever to walk the earth? How will you carry yourself? What will you do with your hands? What will you ask, and of whom? Tomorrow you could die and become the ant, and someone will be setting traps for you. But today you are precious, aware, and awake. It ushers us into a grateful state of living. It makes hesitation useless. Grateful and awake. Ask what you need to know now. Say what you feel now. Love what you love now. So I thought that was really powerful. And it's the title of it is Precious Human Birth. I'm getting teared up just reading it again. Crazy. So I would think about that today if I were you. If you're watching this, again, I don't do these videos for anyone other than myself. I want to be able to go back and look back and say, okay, this is where I was on day, is it day 80? I still got my download going from yesterday's. I don't know why, but my internet is so slow. I feel like one of those commercials. The internet is slow. It says it's processing still, but it's been processing for like 2 hours. So with that being said, just being grateful every single day, writing it down, even if it's three things. I know many people, many of my mentors and leaders, one of them writes down 10, the other one writes down 5, the other one writes down 3. You can write down 1, but declare it to the universe. Declare that you are alive and that you are a living human being, and that is valuable, because once you face mortality, it's going to make you realize how lucky you really are. Just the chances, Gary Vee talks about it, just the chances of becoming a healthy, I'm not even talking healthy really, but becoming a healthy human being is like 1 in a bazillion. I don't know the number, but it's a really big number. Like, you could have been something else. So make the most of your time while you're here. And that's what I'm doing. even though I got dealt a bad hand, and yeah, I know I got dealt a bad hand, I am making the most of it. So I want you to make the most of it too.